Okay, so let's talk about something that sounds super simple but is actually legally kind of fascinating, and that's possession. We're going to explore what it really means to possess something in the eyes of the law. And spoiler alert, it's a lot more than just having something in your hand.
You know the saying, right? We all chanted it on the playground. Finders keepers, losers weepers. It's basically the first law you ever learn. But have you ever really stopped to think about it? Does that childhood chant actually hold up in a court of law?
Well, shocker, the actual law is a little more complex than a playground taunt, but honestly, it's way more interesting. The law has this very clear, very specific way of looking at who possesses what, and it affects everything from a lost phone to a huge piece of land.
This is where it gets good. The brilliant jurist Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr., he basically boiled the whole thing down to just two main ideas. He said you need a physical relation to an object and a certain intent. That's it. Those two things are the absolute keys to unlocking this whole concept.
So what are these two secret ingredients that Holmes was talking about? This is the whole framework, because once you get these, the logic behind possession law just clicks into place. And that's the beautiful part. It's not some crazy, complicated legal doctrine with a million rules. It really just comes down to two key things. That's it. So let's look at the formula.
And here they are, the whole formula, right here. You've got physical control and you've got the intent. Now, the law loves its fancy Latin, so you'll hear terms like corpus possessionis and animus possidendi, but honestly, just forget the Latin. Remember this, control plus intent. That's the whole ball game.
Okay, so let's break down that first piece of the puzzle, physical control, or corpus if you want to be fancy. Now, this seems pretty straightforward, but what the law considers control is probably a lot broader than you think.
So here's the textbook definition. And what you've got to notice is that it's a two-part deal. It's not just about having the thing. It's also about your ability to stop other people from getting it. It's about your power over the object, sure, but it's also about your power to exclude the rest of the world.
And you can see just how broad the law's idea of control is right here. I mean, sure, putting up a wall or locking a gate, that's obvious. But sometimes just you being there, your personal presence, is enough. Or, hiding something away. And I love this last one. Having the key to a safe gives you control over what's inside, even if you're not even in the same building. So cool.
But, okay, having physical control is only half of it. It's just one side of the coin. You could be holding something right now, but without this next part, you don't legally possess it. And that's the mental game, the intent. So, animus possidendi, that's all about what's going on in your head. It's the conscious thought that, hey, I'm going to hold on to this thing and keep it for myself. Think about it. If you pick up a cool-looking rock just to skip it across a pond, yeah, you have physical control, but you don't have the intent to possess it, right? You're not planning on keeping everyone else away from your special skipping rock.
And this is where it gets a little tricky and really interesting. When we hear the word intent, we usually think it has to be, well, a good intention. You have to believe you have the right to it, don't you?
Nope. And this is the part that blows most people's minds. The law doesn't actually care if your intent is rightful or even if it's consciously wrongful. A thief who snatches a purse absolutely has the intent to possess it and exclude everyone else. The law looks at that and says, yep, the intent is there, even though the act itself is illegal.
So let's just nail down what the law means by intent. Number one, you've got to want to keep other people from using it. That's the big one. Number two, it doesn't have to be super specific. You possess all the clothes in your closet without thinking about each individual sock. And number three, and this is important, you don't have to intend to be the forever owner. Think about a library book. You fully intend to possess it while you have it, even though you know you've got to give it back. Okay, so let's put it all together. We've got our two key ingredients, physical control and the intent to exclude. When you mix those two, you get legal possession. And this is where it gets really powerful. This is how we get back to that whole finders keepers idea.
This is the absolute core of it, so listen close. A person who possesses something, even if they found it or heck, even if they stole it, has a better legal claim to it than anyone else in the entire world, except for one person, the true owner.
And that brings us to the big takeaway. Possession is what lawyers call prima facie evidence of ownership. It's a fancy way of saying at first glance. Basically, if you're holding it, the law's default assumption is that it's yours, unless someone can prove otherwise. It's such a simple but powerful idea that our legal system is built on.